Hi and welcome. My name is Jennifer Schneider with Key Analytics, and I contribute to a blog called Key Investment Thoughts at kittoday.com. Today it's about keeping it simple and the tax bill. We want to give you some basic information that you need to know, but don't want to overcomplicate it with politics and numbers. So here we go. As of today, nothing is final yet. The House and the Senate are still working out their details, and the projection is that we'll see something final by the end of the year. Why is it happening? If there's a tax reform, the U.S. would ultimately see, over the long term, an increase in wages, increase in jobs, increase in U.S. production, and ultimately an increase in U.S. growth. Remember, there is always another side to this type of rosy picture. If taxes are reduced, U.S. borrowing will increase, but by how much is up for debate. There is always a give and take, and we know that what goes up must come down. Economic cycles will continue despite a tax reform. The news and the political debates, they are causing you to turn off that television and ignore some of the details of this plan. So the two main debates we're hearing about are questions on if, after such a long period of growth, we're going on 9 years since the 2008 crash, does our economy really need a tax bill to increase things like wages and production? And of course, the ongoing debate that will never cease, should the rich pay a higher or lower tax rate? You'll develop your own opinions about this, but ultimately, what you need to know is how is this going to impact your taxes? If you do not itemize your deductions, you claim what is called a standard deduction. Many people don't itemize until they own a home. It is proposed that the standard deduction will nearly double. If you do itemize, you would need to reassess if it's worth it if this bill passes. You should have done this before too. You would compare your total itemized deductions compared to the standard deduction, and you would take what is best. If you live in a state where you paid state and local income tax in addition to sales taxes, you used to be able to deduct the taxes you paid if you itemized. It is proposed that deduction would no longer exist. You are likely to lose your personal tax deduction as well. You would still be able to deduct property taxes, medical expenses, and your mortgage interest. Just like before, there will be limits on all of these. The tax brackets will change and decrease. This is what determines the amount of tax you owe based on your income. Businesses of all kinds are likely to pay less, but we may see that change go into effect later compared to our personal tax changes. All the numbers can be mind-boggling, but the final brackets will be determined possibly by year-end. Ultimately, we may end up with fewer tax brackets to calculate the tax owed by you. That's this tax reform in a nutshell, keeping it simple for you. Follow us on social media, and we look forward to keeping you informed. Thank you.